They done locked everything down pretty much.
Oh, they locked everything down by you
I
guys?
mean, it's because Maryland is pretty bad. So,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Just gotta do something real quick, guys. Got to talk.
Okay, what the hell is that on his picture? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. That's
what he on Romper Room or some shit?
Did you and Taylor play?
Yeah, man.
Squadrons this morning?
These people was doing some big time. Everybody's like hanging back now, you know what I mean? And they hang like by like, for instance, that map with the asteroids and shit.
Yeah.
And they hang like they hide behind that and they wait for you to come past and then they come and shoot you and they go back and wait. It's like, you know, when they start doing that, I said, man, we should just go back to AI or something, you know.
Yeah, seriously.
When they start doing that bull crap, it's like, come on, man.
You guys played this morning?
Yeah, we went 2-2, but it's like people are starting to do this little
hide and seek thing.
Yeah, hide and seek crap, and what they do is when you start shooting them up, they turn around and they go back to their fleet and everything, and you don't realize till you get like, oh shit, I'm in their fleet, you know. But it's, you know, they starting to do little bitch ass shit now. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
So wait, they're hiding like
okay, you know, like the one with the asteroids in the middle.
Yeah.
They'll hide. They'll like sit and like when it's your turn to go bomb their ship, they'll sit there and wait. And then once you get when they see like when you fly past them, they'll just fly and then attack you.
Oh, they'll go from the back.
Yeah, they'll just wait for you to show up. Now you know it's like.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not fun. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I'm actually dying to like play some squadrons, man. It's been a while, and plus they're I think like I said before, I think they're bringing the Y-wings. That what was it? The
B wings.
The B wings.
Yeah.
TIE defenders.
Cool.
The TIE defenders. Yeah, the TIE defenders. They're going to be. They're tough to take down because I think they got a lot. I think they're the ones.
They got shields.
They're only ones that got shields. So.
Well, the Reapers have shields too, but don't nobody want to fly that bullshit.
Oh yeah, well the Reapers. Who wants to play? You know.
What's name? Sean Taylor said he got it, so he said whenever we can play, he wanted to play.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Well, yeah, it would be nice to play with Sean. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But what you guys been up to, man? How's everything? Anybody pick up any Star Wars products? I know it's just been such a short week since we went live the last time, so I'm pretty sure it's not a lot. So,
I mean, I pre-ordered a pinball table.
Like you did
arcade 1-up pinball table.
Oh,
outstanding.
Is it up on their website?
It's on GameStop.
Oh, GameStop. Okay.
Well, they redirect you. Like you go to their website and you choose whether you want it from GameStop or you want it from Best Buy or something like that. So
actually, let's pull it up.
That's how they do it.
Because I went to a local comic book store and they had like some sale going on, and it's the same arcade cabinet that you have, Thor, for Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's got that seats.
Oh, the bench,
They just came out with that.
Oh, so it just came out because I was like, why are they selling this? And
they just came out with that not too long ago.
How much is that thing though? Like,
which one?
That
I don't think they sell the thing on its own. It's like
here it is.
Yeah, you just gotta get either one. Like they don't sell.
Yeah, it's one. I think it's one or the other right now. People say that Star Wars game though is one of the best.
It's fun.
1-ups you can get.
It's really, but it's kind of messed up because after playing Squadrons, I kind of look at it like. Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, right? It's like you really have to decide what is gonna be replayable. Yeah. If it's the arcade 1-ups, or else you're taking a lot of space for something just sitting there, you know.
But it's cool because I used to enjoy playing it back in the day, so it's it just brings back memories and stuff,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for Star Wars trilogies.
Oh yeah, it's the same kind of concept with the chair and everything, right? And then it's got like a joystick, right?
It's the same.
Is that the one you're talking about, Matt?
Oh, that one. Oh yeah.
I think so. I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna kind of wait a minute because I just don't want to.
The one he's talking about was a Sega game, and it was like it wasn't really a ship per se game. Like you went through duels and stuff, and like and like it went through each movie in the trilogy, and they gave you like different scenarios. Like you dueled Vader and then like in Jedi, I remember you were Luke on like the skiff, and Boba Fett was shooting it. You had to deflect the beams back at him and everything. So it was cool. It was a good game.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. But yeah, I didn't get any. I got the Star Wars pinball.
Let's actually go back to that. So it's under pinball. Here we go.
Yeah.
And let's check it out. Oh yeah. So how much is this thing?
I think it's like
Matt,
500. I think
that's not bad though.
No, but
that's
if
pretty
you
big.
If you could wait, it'd probably go down. So you probably wouldn't have to pay as much if you waited. But I don't really want to wait. So the question is, the big question is, and this is what I'm hoping, people that review it and stuff is the screen big enough to actually be able to follow the ball around and make it not feel like it's like too tight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I personally would love to someday get an actual Star Wars pinball table, like a real one, but they're just so expensive. They're so expensive. They're like $6,000.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I bought like this guy was selling a whole bunch of Star Wars hot toys, and I bought it from him. And I bought a couple from him, and I was wondering, like, because most of them were was a good price, and B they weren't opened. And I asked him, I was like, "Why are you getting rid of your Star Wars stuff? Like, not to be like too nosy." And he goes, "No, I'm getting into pinballs. I'm buying a whole bunch of pinball machines." And I'm like,
which is awesome.
Which is awesome. And I think it's just like it's just they're so expensive.
They're so
like
expensive.
the bigger ones, not the arcade 1-up ones.
But they're awesome, dude. Like the Stern pinball tables that are like actually Star Wars pinball tables are so cool, dude.
Yeah,
they just range from anywhere from like 4,500 to like 7,000.
Yeah,
I mean that's a lot of money, man. And so I want to start with this and just see how much fun we have with it, and if we're like just loving it, then maybe I'll save up and get an actual one at some point. But this one you also have 10 tables on it, so like you switch between 10 different tables. So I'm thinking of getting this one, or I'm getting pre-ordered this one. I might get the Attack on Mars one as well. I'm not sure yet. So
yeah, but I mean, this is, dude, it's Star Wars, right? Like,
I know it's awesome.
I mean, it looks awesome, and
awesome.
On top of that, it's cool because it has all the trilogies, so which is pretty awesome, right?
It's cool. Yeah, they people were kind of mad that they had the new trilogy on there at all. But like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. So
yeah, but I mean, which we'll talk about it later, because obviously there are some things that Mandalorian is doing to kind of make the new sequel trilogy.
Sure.
We'll talk about it. But yeah, I mean, Matt, congratulations. Actually, to be honest, I know you were talking about it in the last episode.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that it would happen so fast. But congratulations, man. Because
it went up. It went up pretty a lot, kind of sooner than I thought. What's cool is that I should get it before Christmas, I think.
Really?
Yeah, like it's actually coming out. It's actually shipping like mid-December. Like, so it's pretty cool. The date the date I had on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to like trade in like a whole bunch of my old Xboxes and
man.
PS4s, because I just got the PS5 and then the Xbox Series X, and I'm about to trade the old ones in just to get this one. I mean, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
dude, why did I even look at this thing? What's this? Wait, buy now, pay later? Are you? Oh, I can't look at this.
I know. So anyway, that's an exciting thing, and we just got my wife just got Pac-Man for her and her dad really enjoy that, so they got a Pac-Man cabinet. I started looking into it more, and I'm like, damn, like you could really. I mean, we're already gonna change like part of our garage into a little bit of an arcade, for me and the kids, basically.
Yeah.
And so I've been just kind of looking into it, and it's pretty cool, man. There's a lot of fun stuff out there, especially for arcade 1-up. It's a lot of fun. So
yeah, and actually, the person that really got me into arcade 1-up is the man right below us is Thor. I mean, he's the one that he was talking about a lot, and
it's fun, man.
Yeah, it's fun. I just seriously have to look into like modding this one so I could get like some of the older like games. Like I know there was an old like Star Wars game. I think it was I forgot the name of it, but you could just upload some of those old Star Wars games to play it on the arcade one up, which is pretty cool.
And that's cool. Like if you get an arcade one up that's like really cheap and you put a Raspberry Pi in it or whatever, and then all of a sudden you've got like crazy amount of games. That's really cool. I love the idea though of the arcade one up does where they actually like brand the entire cabinet with something, and it's only got like 3 or maybe 5 games at the most on it, and it's very it's made for those games. Like it's the controls are made for those games. I like that. I think it's cool, and if you have the space, you can kind of have your own little tiny arcade. It's kind of it's fun. So but yeah.
Any other pickups? Well, I know you just recently got the. I know we talked about it last episode. The Saber Forge. Is it the Saber Forge?
No, the KR Sabers.
The KR Sabers. The Princess Leia, right?
Princess Leia. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like it?
It's really nice. Yeah, it's very, very nice. I think it's one of the most accurate Leia sabers you can get, from what I understand. It's very, very nice. And I've got it sitting up there with General Leia and Rey and Luke and stuff. So it's that's the only problem I had is I don't have a ton of Leia stuff, so I don't know exactly where to display it completely. So at the moment that's kind of where it's at. But I don't know in the future where I'm gonna put it. But it's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah. I mean that is it pretty hefty? Is it?
It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's not nearly as hefty as the Roman props, the Obi-Wan built. That one's really heavy. The Leia one is like it's I think it's plated copper, and it's got mother of pearl inlays in the thing, and it's got it's really nice, dude. It's really, really pretty.
Are you looking to pick up any of the other ones that they have on sale, or?
I'm possibly, I might have found the crossguard, the KR Sabers version of the Kylo Ren hilt.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is apparently very, very good, and it's a fully weathered one already. And I found a guy, someone selling that, so I might pick that up. We'll see.
Oh really? Wait, so that thing is sold out? You can't pick it up?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was sold out a while ago, I think. So I'm gonna see about that, and then other than that, it's been a little bit quiet, which is really nice.
Yeah, which is also kind of scary at the same time, because you just quiet is always good, especially it gives your wallet enough time to catch up. Well, for me, it's still going because I just got charged a couple days ago. I got charged for the Gamorrean guard, and I'm like, I can't wait.
Right,
I got one more payment, and I can't wait for that to be done.
Yeah, it was actually kind of nice, right? You paid the initial amount.
Yeah.
Then you only had 2 more payments after that. It's kind of nice. I mean, I hear you.
Yeah.
It adds up to, it keeps adding up. So
well, it adds up. Plus, it just takes you away from purchasing. It's always one of those things. It just
of course.
So I don't do payment plans. For me, I've always done like I always put a deposit and then I just wait. But I had to put a payment plan on the Rancor just because I just can't shell out that much all at once. Yeah, sure. I could. But then I won't buy anything for the next 2 months.
No, the Gamorreans are. I'm sorry, the Rancor. You have to. I mean, you kind of have to. It's a big purchase.
It's a big purchase. So I'm glad that they were able to do that as a payment plan, which is actually the way things are going. Like things are going by pretty quick. So I'm expecting that thing to show up at my house pretty soon, right?
Which
like
one?
The Rancor. I mean, it's already December. We've got 2 more months.
Which Rancor?
Oh, the Regal Robot one. Well, the Sideshow one, it says it's slated to ship December.
Yeah.
So I mean, I haven't heard anything.
It should.
So yeah. So
originally it was like August or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. So here's my
No, Regal Robot was like.
Oh yeah,
March.
Sideshow was August.
Sideshow was like August, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, July, August.
Yeah.
So they pushed it back quite a bit, which I don't mind them pushing them back. Even if, like, say they push back their Rancor and they release Asajj, I'll be okay with that. Just because my worst nightmare is all of them coming out all at once. Like, I would cry. Like Asajj, Maul, and Rancor. And I'm looking to get that the Sideshow Jabba, which you know, the guy I usually go to, Heroes and Villains. I've been talking to him, so yeah, he's been trying to help me out with obtaining that piece. But yeah, enough about me. We'll go back to you, Matt. So
it's I was just like I was saying, it's kind of nice to have things slow down a tiny bit, and I think I you know, I don't know. I think the thing I'm kind of looking towards towards the end of the year, looking forward to is I think my module cases may come in before the end of the year, possibly. If you know, we'll see if that happens or not, but that would be really cool. Because I think this desk is coming out of here tomorrow, which is really nice. So I'm going to kind of have more space to kind of start to look at. Yeah. And then once the module cases come in, it'll just,
all come together.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your pickups, and seriously, your display back there is turning out really nice. I'm really loving. There's a nice little light that's shining on CZ.
Yeah,
your CZ3 bus. I don't know where that light's coming from.
Well, see these two black bars on this shelf.
Yeah,
these two black bars. Those are actually LED strips or whatever that go across on each top and bottom. And so it's actually an LED strip with the same amount of light on all these guys too. Yeah. But the CZ3 is just white and it's a little higher up, so I think it just pops a little bit more. But which looks great. Yeah, great, by the way. I just need to figure out how to light up Chewie.
Oh, okay.
Chewie's sitting in the corner
in the corner of the dark.
Yeah. I just can't. I just don't have a way to light him up quite yet.
I might send you something.
He might go in the module case. Like once I get the module case. So I'm not super worried about it, but either way, something's gonna go there. I'm sure I'll get another bust of some sort at some point.
Yeah, because they have these little spotlights. I'm not sure if you heard of them. Like they're little ones that sell on Amazon, and you could put it on the floor, and you could adjust it to wherever you want it to.
Oh, interesting.
So if you want, it's really small. I mean, they're less than an inch, you could say, but they shine pretty bright. So I'll send you a link to it just in case you were interested in it. But but again, your display's looking good. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with those. Are you keeping those DTOFs in the back?
No, so those some of the module cases, it's actually a pretty big unit. So it's gonna go from pretty close to me. It's not super close, but it's it's gonna be starting here almost right here, and then it's gonna go all the way to the corner, and then probably almost 3/4 of the way down the window and up kind of. I might maybe a little shorter than the DTOFs right there. So it's a pretty big unit. And this side right here goes all the way to the ceiling, and this side over here is going to go halfway up essentially. So it'll be pretty crazy once I get it together. But
okay.
But that's the thing, right? I've only got this space, so I can't be. I can't be super creative with the space. I have to milk every ounce I have out of this room. Yeah. So it's really just getting a display case instead of going, oh, I'm going to build a Death Star wall or, something like that. Like Chris is building Death Star panels and stuff.
I saw that. Yeah.
It looks really cool, but I can't do that. I don't have the, I don't have the space to take up. So, but yeah, wish I could, but I can't. So. And then other than that, I don't think Mando Mondays I got anything.
Mando Mondays has been kind of lackluster the past couple of weeks, which is good.
Yeah. We'll see what comes out tomorrow.
Well, I don't know about tomorrow, but how about the following week? When the big episode after the big episode premieres.
The question is, will people be coming out with stuff right away, or if they're gonna wait. Like, I don't know.
They have to. I mean, it's not one of those things where a lot of like these retailers were kept in the dark, or these companies were kept in the dark with Baby Yoda, right? Sure. Like we know that Ahsoka is going to show up in this season, so I'm pretty sure like they had to have some sort of heads up of like, of okay, hey, this might be like Rosario Dawson. It might be like a concept art. I don't know.
Right.
And they might have, some companies might run away with it if they were smart. If they weren't, then they're missing out on a lot of money. And 100%. hopefully the next episode, which we'll talk about a little bit later, is just opens the gates for people to finally get more Ahsoka stuff. And we shall see,
Yeah.
But
no, I agree.
Yeah. But congrats, Matt. Seriously, on the pickups.
Thank you.
We'll go to Vader Damas. What's going on, Vader? Any recent pickups? I know again it's been
very
such a short...
recent.
Yeah.
Very recent.
Only one.
I know. You and Taylor.
The brood has been secured for Imperial hands.
Yeah, she's looking good.
Oh yeah.
And I know she's a Zabrak, correct, Thor?
Oh yeah, I think she's half human, half Zabrak, but
I know she's got the horns. And
Thor,
Ventress is too.
Thor, do you still have Shock T?
Nah, I sold Shock T.
Okay,
you sold Shock T?
She would look good with Shock T too.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't no use having one.
Wait, did you tell me you were selling Shock T?
I did tell you I was selling Shock T. I did.
Oh, I know, but I probably wasn't. It's one of those things where there's so many things that people are hitting me up with. I think there is the trilogy set. Well, not trilogy set. The Vader set from XM. Someone's selling it for 1,500 shipped, which is a pretty.
Dude, I've had to give up on some stuff too, man. That guy in LA was selling XM Mall. He was selling XM Boba for like. Dude, he sold like XM Boba for like $600 or something.
Yeah,
like,
that's
crazy. It's
like
crazy.
No box.
No box. But still, I can pick it up.
Yeah, who the hell cares about that box?
Return to Compton and get Boba Fett.
But that's one of those things, right? You have to start making some hard decisions here.
It's definitely hard decisions, and it's just one of those where, I mean, there's things where I'm like, oh man, I really want that piece, and then you just can't get it. And but I'll talk about it a little bit later. But yeah,
the plan is I will put her the brood with we call it Ventress when she comes.
Oh, dude, your wall is just
they will be as one.
It's gonna be so dark, man. That is just like one dark side wall. Like seriously, like
I love it.
Damas is meticulous.
Oh yeah, very meticulous. It's all dark, man. It's just like, man, like I'll probably get like shivers down my spine walking past that. Like, damn, this is like.
And do not forget the TIE fighter pilot as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where are you gonna put that one, Thor?
He will reside next to the Biker Scout.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
will be up top somewhere. And Director Krennic, we got an update on that too, and he is close to completion.
He looks good.
He does.
Wait, are you getting Krennic too?
He has been pre-ordered a long time ago. Oh yes.
Yeah, I think he's coming pretty soon, right?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Thor, you think you'll pick up that the shore trooper?
Nah.
No, okay. So you're not gonna do all the troopers. You're just gonna pick and choose.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not too hyped over the shore trooper.
Yeah.
It was cool and everything, but it's just I'm looking for the original trilogy dudes. You know what I mean? I would if he made a Death Trooper, I'd probably have to get.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Go with Krennic. You know.
I want a mud trooper. I want to make a mud trooper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen them in some of the Star Wars helmets Facebook groups, but there are some people making some really awesome like mud trooper helmets, and I was just like, but they look really good, and yeah, I wonder if anyone would tackle that like as a license.
Thing, man, I'm telling you, man, you better take notice, man, because this dude's stuff is selling out in minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
NYC.
Okay.
Fucking minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Did that thing sell out really fast?
It fell off faster than I thought, because like, me and Taylor, we were on, we do the usual plan. We were on there and I didn't think about it. And then PJ was like, well, they got any, how much is it? And then I told him, and then Taylor went and said, oh man, that shit sold out. I was like, what?
Yeah, dude. It's quick.
They go. And then the thing is, the guy didn't even think they would sell out that fast. He said, because Dingard took a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
Sell out, but this one, it was
dude,
gone.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you that he's doing killer stuff now, and he just what I really like about NYC specifically is that they don't come out with stuff all the time. Like it's not like constant. It's like deliberate, and the stuff they come out with is amazing, and like
it really is.
It really is. Because some custom makers are just every other week they're coming out with another freaking statue. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's for me, that's the dangerous hole that
sure.
I try to avoid, just because it's I mean, like, how many times have I been on DCX open mic, and I mean, Thor would literally, like, we would spend the first 20 minutes to a half hour, maybe the most, talk about like BS in the beginning, right? And then the next hour and a half talking about all the fan art pieces. That's just
there's so many pieces.
Oh my gosh. Like, I remember, right, Thor? It'd be like that. And then after that, then I mean, Thor cut it down, right? Till once 11 o'clock hits, you're done.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I tried to.
Yeah,
but even then, like, you have a little bit of leeway to talk.
Well, they still have a ton of custom stuff they talk about. I mean, it's every week you have new stuff. It's
if it wasn't for custom stuff, the pictures would be real short every week.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. But Mark was saying is that Cody next week, 2 months, he's getting the Commander Cody from Hot Toys.
I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling, by the way, to figure out what to do about Hot Toys, because they're coming out with so many Hot Toys. They're coming out with so many Hot Toys now that, like, it used to be where, like, they would, the Star Wars stuff wasn't like, it's not like they were coming out with them all the time. They would just be very sporadic and you could pick things up. But now the Clone Wars line, the Mandalorian line, it's just so much stuff that I'm like, well, what do I like? I almost need to narrow my focus and like
even more so, right?
Yeah, like, way more so.
It's not even like, okay, I'm just gonna collect all Star Wars. Now it's like, original trilogy, Mando stuff only, or I got a sequel trilogy and maybe it's like you start like,
well, I'll tell you,
trying to like holding down.
I'm looking at possibly doing the whole like getting rid of my original trilogy, and because I can get other original trilogy stuff, right? They make statues and like NYC and freaking XM, and you can get some of that stuff and have that feeling in your collection, the original trilogy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, Hot Toys' strong suit is their variety, is all the other stuff that they come out with, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's why I'm thinking, maybe I'll keep my Rogue One stuff and just maybe focus on getting some of the Mandalorian, some of the Clone Wars. I'm not sure yet. I got to figure it out. It's just too much. It's too much on top of everything else. Is too much.
Yeah, it is a lot, especially I would say the last 6 months has been a lot. Which is great, to be honest. Like, I'm eating everything up. And
it's cool if you're a Hot Toys only collector, it's fantastic. But if you collect anything else, it's like it just adds up. It adds up so
dude,
much.
I was getting like anxiety the other day just because there's like, like not only I was looking at some of the stuff that I picked up, like some of my my sabers, and I'm like, well, maybe I can't collect all the Force Effects lightsabers just because they're $250 a pop.
Yeah,
and I'm like, a couple of those equals to like you start doing the math and you're like, And then I'm like, maybe I'll just get the legacy lightsabers, right, from Disney. I think they're fairly priced. You know, they're like 100, 150 depending, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about doing that.
Well,
and it just got And
PJ, you think about it, like 2 Hot Toys 2 decently priced Hot Toys is the price of an NYC statue, right? Is the price
or
of
any statue,
or the Mandalorian and Cara Dune statues from Sideshow. It's like, you have to at some point go, well, I gotta figure out something here, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's just one of those things where by me not collecting Marvel really just opened up a whole line, like the whole space for me. I'm still collecting the X-Men line, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like going crazy picking up like another Thanos or another this or that.
Well, isn't it interesting, PJ, that like X-Men was going strong so hard, like so hard for so long, and now they've kind of slowed down, it seems, with the X-Men statues. And so like
with Sideshow, yes, I think with XM they're still
they're picking it up.
They're still consistent. No, and they're not picking it up. They're still consistent. Yeah.
I'm telling you. You know what's you know what, PJ? You know what? Yeah. Seriously, what's amazing about NYC is it's so easy to just go, you know what? He makes that one statue I want. That one specific, like if you're a big Cad Bane fan, you could have picked up the Cad Bane and you'd have an amazing statue, right? So that's what I love about what they're doing, is that you don't have to buy. They come out with so much stuff, or not a ton of stuff, but they come out with stuff that I don't get all the time, right? But every now and then they'll come out with something where it's like, man, that is awesome. For me, that's what I want. And so it just it opens up the options. It's really nice.
And it's they got a website. Boom.
I know, it's so easy. It's so easy.
It's just like it's just like Sideshow almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because Sideshow was in that same boat in the beginning of their life, their little because if you look at some of their stuff, right, like all the pieces that who puts out an Admiral Akbar bust?
Sure. Yeah.
Who makes a Salacious Crumb statue? Who makes a lot of these statues?
They took some risks,
and if you were, they did like a lot of like 1/6 scale statues and stuff like that. I just don't understand what happened. Like what went wrong where they're
not taking any more risks.
Well, here's the thing: is what I kind of noticed is that after Disney took over, I was just kind of like looking at the time frame. I think it's like when Disney took over, though, they became more strict with their licensing, like meaning like, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, and the Kacharic brothers even said it when
I saw that. I saw you talk to them about that.
Yeah, it's where they're like, if you only saw like the rest of like the mythos stuff that we had planned, and Disney axed it because licensing issues, where you're like, what is wrong with Disney? Like, don't they want money? Like,
well, some of it, I'm sure some of the licensing stuff has to do with specific characters not allowing certain things. Who knows, right? It's so complicated, but like, I hear you. It's definitely not just people, like companies not taking risks. It is partly Disney not wanting them to do stuff. So
the beauty is there is no axing here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the problem, right? Is that people want to stay away from customs and only want to stay with licensed stuff, and that's totally fine. But you limit yourself by a massive amount doing it.
Well, which is good for me.
It is fine. And if it's fine for you, that's totally fine. Well, I get it.
Just because, all right, so when I first got into the game, I think a lot of the fan art pieces and the custom pieces weren't as prevalent as it is now.
Right.
What I noticed is that as things progressed, as the statue game progressed more and more and it became more popular, that's when it started, like all these, like you said, like, people want more stuff. It became more popular. Companies, there's only Sideshow at the time, but then XM came along and they started, making some pieces, and then Prime 1 came along and they were only, they slowly companies were starting to come out and make their own licensed pieces. But then more people want, like the B characters and the C characters, and like you said, like these companies don't want to take risks on that, or they want to take a risk, but then a lot of these companies are like, well, you need to make 1,000 of this
totally.
Toad or 1,000 of Babu Freak, right?
Yeah,
And you're like, well, we're not going to sell 1,000 Babu Freak statues, right? Who
Right.
knows? Maybe it might sell out, but
100%.
it's just like, just one of those things where they're contractually obligated to sell a certain or put an edition size of like, like for like it's usually Wolverine and Batman. It's like Wolverine 5,000 edition size. It's like, why?
Well, and look,
because it's Wolverine.
Yeah, and look, like that's one thing I do love about customs is that they will make a like no one in their lifetime would think to make a Maris Brood statue. It's just never gonna happen ever. And so what's really cool is Thor can actually buy that now, and it looks fantastic.
And I always thought she would make a cool statue. Always,
Yeah. So, but that's one of those things you're never gonna no one's gonna make that. And
especially
so that's
not canon anymore.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it's tough. I mean, that's a tough one,
Which is weird with canon stuff, right? Like, you hear some of the Old Republic or like Revan or what's Nihilus not being canon, but then you start seeing
now. Revan is now.
Yeah, but then you start seeing, and again, I just want to know who the hell's controlling the licensing. Like, who's control? Is it Lucasfilms? Is it like, it's just like, I'm not trying to get political here. It's almost like an administration, right? When an administration comes in and they're like, well, this is it, guys. Like, this is what we're going to do with our licensing, and this is where we want to go. And I almost want to think, like, if there's a new administration, which it seems that, like, with Favreau and Filoni, they're kind of like tapping into some of those things, right? Like with the expanded universe, which we'll talk about in, when we break down the Mandalorian, where you're like, wait a minute, whoa, I thought this was not canon, and this is part of the expanded universe, right?
Yeah.
And then when they put that in, and the company sees popularity in it, will they make pieces like that? That's just I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm just, hey, I could be totally wrong, but again, it's just one of those things where, again, when Disney first bought Star Wars, they got rid of the expanded universe. They're like, nope, these are all legends. But now it's like, oh, wait, you know what? I want that. I want that. I want that. And I want that.
Right.
And who knows?
They can pick and choose. And that's why, like, look, at the end of the day, whether it's Disney or Sideshow or whoever,
we're getting Star Wars pieces.
Yeah, look, I don't give a shit, right? Like, it's not my problem if they don't want to make the pieces. I know where I can go to find them. And if they want my money, they know that they can make cool stuff, right? If they keep making stuff like Obi-Wan Mythos that they just came out with like a plastic looking base and like, the physics all wrong with how it's like Kara and everything's blowing around. What do you expect is going to happen? That's all I'm saying is that if you want to give us quality and you want to take some risks on some characters, I'm down to buy licensed stuff if it's good. But if it's not, I don't know what to tell you. You're not getting my money, and I'm going to take it somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the beauty about our hobby now compared to before, is that before you're limited. You're only limited to Gentle Giant and Sideshow. But now you're like, you got, not only do you have a Gentle Giant, Prime 1, Sideshow, XM, now J&D Studios, now you see some Queen Studios, now you see more and more companies pop up. But not only that, then you have the fan art custom makers coming out too. So you have it's just one of those, whatever. It's, I always say it on my channel.
PJ, like I said before, it can get overblown, right? It can get too much, right? I think there's a lot of fan art stuff that's like, guys, you don't need to make another Silver Surfer, or you don't need to make another something on Throne, right? Like it's just, there's times to me where it's just too overdone.
They're starting to get kind of like Sideshow, where they say they're making what they think is going to sell.
Right.
I don't think this is the Star Wars people per se, like all the, because the majority of the custom stuff is X-Men and like Doom on Thrones and all this other kind of stuff. And they're starting in a way to gravitate towards what they think is going to sell too. I mean, they're still making characters that other people not going to make, but
yeah,
like you say, a majority, you see what you just said, a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if I see another X-Men statue with a Sentinel hand,
right,
or
exactly.
like a freaking like it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
And that's one thing is for me, like you start to realize. That's why for me, like I'm a guy that will just be, Thor taught me this, like, just be patient.
Yeah, sure.
And and again, like always, I'm in it for the long run. So
yeah, right. You don't need to just fill up space quickly.
Yes, because then it's just technology. Always technology gets better.
Yeah.
More things, I mean, come on, look at J&D Studios. They're taking it to a whole different level. Different level. And if those guys were just did something where they get like a weird scale and they make Star Wars pieces out of it,
yeah,
they would kill it. Like, say they do, like, I don't know, what's in between 1/3 and 1/4, right? Like, I don't know, 1/7/18, I don't know, whatever. But they make that really weird scale, and they get the Star Wars license pieces. Yeah. Can you imagine like a freaking Princess Leia or Luke Skywalker with that kind of like realism? I would cry, like, that is, to me, that's the ultimate. My ultimate goal is that someone does make those super realistic pieces, right, where I could get rid of my Hot Toys, because Hot Toys. The one thing about Hot Toys is that it's great that they're making multiple characters and stuff like that, but people gravitate towards Hot Toys because of the portraits and the realism of the portraits. And if another company, like a statue company, can capture that, I mean, dude, you'd be set. You wouldn't be. I'm on record right now. I'll sell all my Hot Toys just for those characters.
You know what a bummer? What's a kind of a bummer to me though is that, like the best statues I've ever laid my hands on and actually like have are those old Mythos statues. Right? There's something about them being hand sculpted, like polystone. There's something about those that make them so special. And I think the further we get away from that, the further we go into like perfect head sculpts with like clothing on the statue. It to me, the further you get away from that, the more it's like not even that anymore. It's like it's almost a mixture of like a hot toy and a statue to be at some point. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want that or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But for me, the perfect mixture of like mixed media and a statue is that Vader, the Iron Studios Vader.
Yeah.
To me, that is just like, even though the cape, you're like, it's mixed media, but then when you start playing around with it, you're like, it's not that bad.
Well, the Joker behind you is pretty amazing too. I mean, and that's got clothing on it,
Yeah, it's a clothing, and no, but I see your point. Like, you really want that sculpted look, and
I like it. I like it.
Like,
I love
the SM
it when,
I
love it when they have sculpted capes and all that stuff. And you know what? Not everyone does that. Even NYC doesn't do necessarily fully sculpted stuff. They like mixed media stuff. So I just there's a quality and a different, like, even the NYC, when I feel it and look at it, it's got that statue like feel and look to it to me, versus if you start to get too much further down that, the other side of things, where it almost starts to feel like a quarter scale Hot Toy in a way to me.
No, I hear you.
But I don't know if maybe that won't matter. Maybe I will like that. I don't know. And we haven't really seen a lot of that, right, with Star Wars.
Yeah, and here's my experience with the Queen Studios Joker. It's obviously it's a bigger canvas for a lot of these artists and tailors to be able to make better quality, like tailoring and stitching on their piece, rather than a Hot Toy where it's like they're limited. Like this, like, when you pull up Joker's pants, like you could see like his socks like pulled up all the way up. It's like, you're like, what the hell? And you look at the sculpt of the shoes and stuff, like they're pretty cool. And again, like, can you imagine like an XM Luke where it's just like they captured the fluffiness of that jacket, and the boots are like tailored pretty well. Things like that, like where you're like, oh, cool. And to me, like that is like, because I mean, to be totally technically, I want to make this point is that these are movie pieces, right? Like, and it would be super cool if like we do get like a company like J&D Studios to make this super realistic, movie statues. So
Thor? What Thor? What do you think? What do you think about all that?
I think if somebody like them or Prime One would get into that, then that would like blow the doors off of the whole, especially Star Wars wise. I mean, because they're very, very, very detailed and great paint job.
Oh yeah.
So even the that would probably put a hole in the custom people.
But even Prime One Thor, like you're saying, they do everything they do is sculpted. Like
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Which I really love.
Do you mean far as like sculpted versus?
Yeah, just
tailoring?
like the idea of like it being, almost like complete. It almost doesn't feel like a statue at some point. When it's
funny because the two that I do have, Vader and well, no, actually it's three: Kylo, Vader, and Mando. Vader really doesn't bother me, because I got the way I did the cape. It is like he's moving and is flapping back, so that one doesn't bother me. And then you look at Nihilus and the way he did the sculpted everything is like, wow, that's amazing, Right. And I just think it's like you got to judge each piece individually.
Yeah, and like the pose, right?
Yeah, like Mando doesn't bother. I mean, the cape isn't done that well. Yeah. But like when you just put it there and then you forget how it feels and everything, you just look at it, it looks just like him. Because it's got that rough, especially the armor that he has on was the original armor. Right. And it just he looks grungy and everything like he first did when we first met him.
Yeah.
So I just think you should judge it on a piece by piece.
No, I hear you.
And now one thing it is kind of bothering me a little bit is I look at Ventress and she's got some kind of skirt on or something, you know what I mean? And I'm hoping that she's got something on like under that, because I really want to take that off of her because it just doesn't, it looks kind of strange to me, but I gotta wait till I see it in person, to kind of judge. But other than that, I do prefer sculpted, but like some pieces it works for the like capes really don't bother me. If it's just a cape, then I'm good.
Yeah, when the Mando cape's so small, it's not really
it's like
full size cape, right? It's just like
So
yep, I hear that.
But before we move on, me and Taylor got one prediction for you, PJ. They're gonna make something one day that you will not be able to escape, sir. That's not I don't know what it is. They're gonna make something.
I'll tell you though, that the Emperor definitely looks good though. I have to say.
That's what I told Taylor. I said, you know what it's gonna be? I said it's gonna be Palpatine. He's like, you think so? I said, watch.
Well, dude,
that Palpatine really caught my eye.
I don't want to call out the other Emperor necessarily. Yeah. It just doesn't look right to me, right? Something's going on with that one. So, but dude, it's I think they do too. MIC does such a good job. I don't want to ride I ride them too hard, but I freaking love them.
If you were to get some, it would be they would be the one for you. I think
it just doesn't feel custom. Honestly, it feels very like you.
Telling you, if you ever see this in person, it's gonna change. It's gonna change your whole outlook.
It's amazing.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. I mean, you just got.
It's amazing.
Don't do it justice.
Yeah, I know. But we shall see. I mean, again, like
they're making another. Just keep that in mind.
Really?
They're making a Beskar one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So.
All right. So a couple things
I
do.
There's a lot.
I know. Yes, I know. I'm sure
many things to be on the lookout for that it's like, ugh.
I know.
So
All right. So before we move on, I do want to. Well, I'll talk about some of my pickups. But I do want to talk about some of the stuff that was really recently announced. This is the Gentle Giant bust. They're really killing it. Especially, obviously, a lot of us, we do collect a lot of like the higher end stuff. But for someone that really, doesn't want to go with the higher end stuff, they want to go with like something a little bit more affordable. This is like definitely a great option. Especially for the bust. And love that they are. See, Gentle Giant, man, like people are sleeping on them. Like they are like, speaking of people taking risks, like Gentle Giant is taking risks.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're doing the characters that that you won't see or get with a lot of these quarter scale pieces,
Yeah.
And the fact that they're doing this where I'm not sure how, I guess it clips on that the robe that she has on, or the cloak,
Yeah,
it's cool that you could interchange them.
What's tough is I'm not sleeping on this as much as I'm put to sleep by Gentle Giant. As in, they just don't have the quality that I think should be there for their pieces.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like look, 000, like it is cool. It's cool what they're doing. It's just not completely there, right? Like it's just not completely there to me.
Yeah. Again, it's just one of those things where for us, this is something like like a lot of us wouldn't really collect just because we're so used to like the the higher end pieces. But again, for someone that's not looking to spend that much, this is like, I mean, look, they made a C-3PO with a Babu Freak.
Well, that said, PJ, look, to be completely honest, you could probably have a bunch of these lined up on a shelf and it would actually look really good, right? It's not until you get like actually really close to these things and look and pick it up and feel it and look at it that you're probably going to see the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From like display wise, they probably would look very nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, like something like this is really, really cool, So, but yeah, hold on, let's see. Let me see. You guys go ahead, talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, if the guy ever makes a 000, I've got to have that shit.
You gotta have a 000?
I would get 000 100%. You know how crazy that would look with red eyes and everything.
Yeah. Thor, he's gonna do that. He
just said droids. Remember?
They already announced droids, man.
Oh, I want that.
Or would you get Q90 at all?
Q9.
That's the one I would get. Q90 is
the one from Mando.
Mandalorian droid. It has the leather pieces on him, and
I would
badass, dude.
I wouldn't get that. I mean, it looked cool, but I'd get 000 and a Viper droid.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Viper droid.
Sorry guys. But just real quick, here's another example of like a company like they're taking again. They were smart enough. They're like, Ahsoka is popular, so we're gonna make it.
Is this the first time we've seen her out? Sorry, is this the first time we've seen her outside of the previous pictures we've seen of this? Like, I don't think I've seen.
This is the final production pic.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool,
and it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks really good. Again, like. For us, like this is like a little bit smaller scale. I mean, I'm actually picking this up just because I think I like the way it looks. But the final production piece looks really nice, and if this actually releases like next week after the episode premieres, this will sell out. I'm surprised it didn't sell out yet because I know that bust that they released a while ago did sell out.
Hopefully they fix her meth eyes a little bit. She's got eyes are a little funky on that one.
Yeah, it was actually worse though in the yeah. I wish I could zoom in, but yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. And one more thing I do want to share.
PJ, did you pick up any of the you picked up some Adidas, right? Some Mandalorian Adidas?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
They're super nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
And here's Kotobukiya. They're making like a vintage. So pretty cool. All right, so
that's a bait. That's cool.
Yeah. So some of the things that I'm picking up. So I did I did go and I pre-ordered it technically. I hit up my guy, Heroes and Villains, Connor, and he was able to get me a pretty good deal with the Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, cool.
1/6 scale sideshow. And Matt, I'm not sure if you were interested in picking that up at some point, but let me know. I could definitely refer you to him. You'll definitely at least save on. I don't even know why the shipping, would be an issue because you live right there. But I just kind of wish that you could. Don't you live like an hour away from Sideshow?
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah.
I don't think I do want to get one of those only because, because again, I'm struggling to figure out what I want to do right now with Hot Toy size stuff, even 1/6 size. I'm not quite sure yet. And then on top of that, I've never been a big fan of Jabba the Hutt. Like I like him in the movies. I'm just not a big Jabba the Hutt fan,
Yeah. Well, I'm picking it up. I've been eyeing that thing for a while.
It looks good.
And over the weekend, actually yesterday, I decided to go to FAO Schwartz in the city because I heard that Iron Studios has a concept store in there.
That's right.
And I was just like, well, I'm not doing anything. I was actually supposed to go today, but I figured I wasn't doing anything yesterday, so I took the kids and my fam, and we went to FAO Schwartz. The kids went in. They start looking around like the other cool things that they had there. To be honest,
the piano you can step on and all that stuff.
No, it's a smaller store from the original one.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, well, I thought they closed down, to be honest, but then I guess they reopened. And it's a nice little store, but then I noticed like they have a little section for Sideshow and Iron Studios, right? Which I actually kind of did a little filming of it when I went there. So I'll post it up on my my YouTube channel. But I went in. They had a Star Wars display of the legendary scale Vader and the life size Boba Fett. And the life-size Boba Fett looks super awesome. In which I know that I think Regal Robot had they partnered up with Regal Robot to make that thing.
You might be right. I know they did
like some sort of like partnerships to, I don't know what it was, but it looks really cool. It's $8,000, which I mean, I don't think I have the money for. But I mean, at that point, I might as well make a cosplay outfit and have like a mannequin, and I'll make my own Boba Fett. But anyway, it's cool to see that. It's cool to see the legendary scale Vader, which actually looks really good. They had the Baby Yoda, which is
legendary scale Obi-Wan looks ridiculous.
That one is old.
Oh, that one's old, and that's and that is a grail.
You don't find that anywhere.
Yeah, well, if you do find it, it's going for more than what it was selling for.
$3,000.
Yeah, something like that. It's ridiculous now. But yeah, then I saw the Jabba the Hutt, closer in person. So I was just like, I need that in my life. And then I went to Iron Studios, the little concept store that they had there, which is cool because I've been always saying, Matt, I've been always saying this, right? Like Sideshow should really start doing something where they have like pop-up stores like here and there. I mean, especially in around your area, right? Yeah. Like venture out of that warehouse or that studio you have there in Thousand Oaks. Like get out of there, go to like LA, go to like, San Diego, have a pop-up stores left and right and sell some of your products.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they have a pop-up store outside of like Comic-Con, like San Diego Comic-Con? That's Funko does that. It makes sense. It makes sense to do that. I don't know why they don't do that.
Well, Iron Studios, they were like, you know what? Our pieces are small enough that we could transport it and not cost money. Let's have a concept store in FAO Schwartz. And it was really cool because I was talking to the guy there. I guess he's like one of the reps for Iron Studios. And he was talking, and I was talking to him about Star Wars, right? Because he was like, "Oh, what do you collect and whatever?" And I said, "Man, I'm really into Star Wars right now. Well, not right now. I've always been, but I would love to see more Iron Studios like Star Wars products, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, well, that's definitely in the works. It's definitely one of those things, again, with the licensing issues, right? Like where I don't know how they did it with Vader, but with the Kylo Ren, you could only get that in Brazil because they have the Star Wars license, the quarter scale Star Wars license, but they could only sell in Brazil.
Right. Just like XM only has it for
Asia,
right?
Yeah. So I know they have made like previous like 1/10 scale Star Wars pieces in the past, but you didn't see them in Sideshow's website. So I'm wondering if like the future ones that we're gonna get, like so he said the Mandalorian's coming, right? Like that one's definitely gonna. He didn't say. I'm not sure if he's
no, so that's good.
Yeah, he didn't say no, but he did say the Mandalorian stuff is what they're really, really focusing on right now.
That's everywhere.
I just don't know, man. Like that to me, it makes me think like, oh yeah, they're just going to come out with like several 4 or 5, 10, their 10th scale statues from Mandalorian. It's like, okay, whatever.
Well, I mean, when I hit up Iron Studios when they made that announcement, I hit up on their Instagram. I was like, please, can you guys? And I was like, can you guys give more quarter scale Star Wars pieces? Like I told them, I said the Vader that you guys came up with was perfect. Was perfect. So hopefully you guys could replicate that. And I'm not sure I'm sure you guys know that they did come out with a quarter scale Yoda. So I just don't understand with the licensing with that stuff. Like, how are they able to sell a quarter scale Yoda and a quarter scale Vader, right? But quarter scale Kylo Ren can only be sold in Brazil. I don't know. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I didn't even know that existed until like much later after it came out. I didn't even know it was
Yoda, right?
No, Kylo.
The Kylo Ren,
yeah.
Yeah, I knew about the Kylo just because I was on the Sideshow Freaks forum, and they were always, they have a little thread for Iron Studios, and they would, post up all the I guess the updates of what they were working on, and I saw the Kylo Ren, which I liked it, but I like the Sideshow one better. But again, I think they're really trying to work hard on the Mando, whether it be 1/10 or whether it be, but they're really trying to like focus it on that,
right?
And again, it's just frustrating is that, Sideshow is has the reins on that licensing. I just kind of wish that other people can just move on from that quarter scale license and try to make like 1/3 scale Star Wars pieces. I know the Star Wars license is pretty expensive, so I really hope that someone has enough funding and has enough cojones to kind of like say, listen, we're gonna invest in the money that they're asking for, and we're gonna make Star Wars Star Wars 1/3 scale pieces. So
right.
I don't know, but
I hear you.
But again, that the Iron Studios store, the little concept store, it's small, but it's seriously nice to see some of the pieces that in person. And I wish more people do that, because it's just one of those things where you see it on pictures, and obviously we talk about lighting, and we talk about I don't know if I'm gonna. It looks like crap on the picture, so I saw like a video of it, and I don't like it. But to see some of these stuff in person, like some of the Endgame 1/10 scale pieces that they had out, I was just like, wow. I didn't realize that it had a lot of like detail to it.
It is nice to see things in person, and to be honest, like Hot Toys should be doing the same thing. Hot Toys should have US based,
pop-up
stores. Yeah, stores like not even just pop-up stores, but actual stores like the Toy Sapiens type of store. Like they should have that.
I totally agree, man. I'm surprised that Sideshow doesn't do it. Sideshow is like really disappointing me with that stuff. Like they should do. I mean, if anything, go all around California. I mean, they're right there. They could just go to like LA. They could go to and just make up a pop store. I'm pretty sure if they did that, they could sell some of those pieces that are just laying in their warehouse doing nothing.
Probably right. What were you saying, Thor?
Are they? Where's Hot Toys? Out of Japan or where are they from?
China. Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah. But in terms of pieces, Jabba the Hutt is definitely.
And let's be honest, like the hard part with Hot Toys is that Sideshow is the distributor. So it all comes back to Sideshow needing to do this, right? Like it would be great if Sideshow did, because they distribute so many things. You could go into their store and see all kinds of stuff. You could see Prime One stuff. You could see, Iron Studio stuff. You could see Hot Toys. You could see
even Prime One. They were like, you know what? Let's set up a freaking Prime One store.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
It's like everyone else besides Sideshow is not doing this, but with the Hot Toys, I mean, I don't know what Sideshow did. They seriously, Hot Toys sold their soul. They sold their soul to the devil. And the reason why I say that is, man, I don't know what their deal is, but man, Sideshow's just got a nice little grip on it, and they're taking a good amount of money from Hot Toys, right? So
yeah, and what sucks for everyone else that buys from other companies, you have to wait till Sideshow sends them those pieces.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy from Big Bad Toy Store, if you buy from anywhere else, they actually get their stuff from Sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to wait till Sideshow gets it, then they get it, and then it comes to you. It's takes forever.
Yeah, and that with Hot Toys, some of those pieces are a lot cheaper than what Sideshow is selling it for. So can you imagine say the Mando piece is Sideshow selling for $250, right? Maybe the cut is the real price of that Hot Toy in Hong Kong is say 200, 180. Dude, they're now say Sideshow buys a bulk of it.
Yeah, they're not even paying
that.
Oh
my gosh, they're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not only from us,
I'd be surprised if it's 100 per figure. That they're actually buying them for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I think they're probably marking it up quite a bit.
Oh, they are. And speaking of which, from what I heard, just people out there, I think the Mandalorian Beskar should be releasing this week. So
cool.
I should be getting that in. But yeah, I mean, in terms of pickups, obviously I did go to Heroes and Villains, t-shirt, the clothing store, and I picked up a whole bunch of things there. They have a sale going on right now, which people should really take advantage of it. It's 20% off. And if you sign up for their emailing list, you get another 10% off. So technically you're getting 30% off their products. So, even if you have to I don't know, use your wife's account or use your, use a fake account, email, or make up another email account, the extra 10% does help. So definitely check that out.
I love it.
I think that's about it. I mean, I'm just waiting to see, because Regal Robot does have a Black Friday sale. So once they have that sale, I'm probably going to pick up a whole bunch of their plaques and two sales every year.
I'm about to say, I thought it was just me.
What?
You froze, man.
You froze.
And we're like,
wait. Oh, shoot. What was I talking about?
The
Regal Robot?
Yeah.
All right, so Regal Robot is having a Black Friday sale also. Okay. Usually they do every year, which is 20% off, usually. So they usually have two sales every year, one for May the 4th and one for Black Friday. So definitely, I guess people who are looking at some of their stuff, definitely take advantage.
I mean, at that point, you'd probably only be able to get magnets and
magnets, plaques. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it on the expensive stuff.
No. Well, that's already sold out, but
yeah. So pretty cool. And I'm looking to see what else what other Star Wars Black Friday sales are going up. I'll probably update everyone on the Facebook group. So cool. But yeah, for me, I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm just waiting for them to just release the Rancor or Asajj, so I just know how my budget's gonna look for the next 2 months. I just don't want, the one thing I don't want Sideshow to do is go, oh, here's hey, Asajj is coming in early next week. I
just thought about that. The child was announced after Asajj, after the Rancor, right? Went up for pre-order. And it came first.
Asajj should be coming very soon.
Well, they wanted that, so that they wanted the child.
Yeah,
they wanted that child. Which, by the way,
don't you think Asajj should be coming pretty soon? Like, isn't that like?
Yeah, that should be
Rancor
December.
come before her because didn't he go up, or did she go up first?
I have a feeling that I think they have an easier time with Asajj, and then Rancor might be just too damn big. I don't know. I have to see.
It could be it.
I don't know. I really don't know. But the last thing I need is for both of them to show up at the same time. Then I will be.
That would be tough, wouldn't it?
Oh my gosh! And then Maul's supposedly in January, so.
You ordered Maul too?
Yeah, I'm pretty much getting the whole Mythos line. The only thing I don't know that I'm gonna pick up is the Obi-Wan, but we'll see. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. So, congrats on everyone on their pickups. It's a really seriously. I mean, we talk about like all these things, but it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. I mean, Thor and I would tell you, Matt, like 2 years ago, like we were me and Thor every Friday night DCX open mic. I'm like, where's the Star Wars pieces?
It's all X-Men, all Ghost Riders, all that.
How many times have to see an Adam Warlock like piece like every
Wolverine.
week? Yeah. Another. I mean, hey, and I think I did mention it. Oh my gosh, Magneto, Wolverine. And I'm like thinking to myself, if like they release like a whole bunch of Vader pieces, like I'll be like, you know what? I appreciate that, but no thanks. Like I don't need like every kind of like Vader like thinking or Vader like sitting on the potty or Vader like there's just too much, so
there's only one more I need.
You need that one where it's coming, the helmet's getting put on him.
I need it very bad.
The meditation chamber,
very bad. I need it.
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah,
you know what? PJ says Asajj is December for the Mythos piece. So
yeah, it's December along with Rancor. So again, the last thing I need is for.
Can you imagine? They're like, hey,
okay,
PJ, they're both coming to you,
homie.
Rancor, Asajj, my Gamorrean final payment. My Rancor Regal Robot payment.
And then we're gonna tally up your shipping fees.
Oh my goodness! And then my wife does the like the fatality for Mortal Kombat on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
Finish him.
Oh goodness, dude! I'll be so relieved once like I think the Regal Robot payment is done.
Yeah.
Then I could be like, all right, now I could buy some more other pieces.
Yeah.
I'm just holding out for now and buying just like, t-shirts and socks and all that good stuff. Anyway. All right. So, yeah, it was a great talk, guys, but let's move on to, again, I'm trying to skip out on the news just because if we do the news and then we do the breakdown, it would just be too much. We'll be here for like 3 hours. So, we're going to move on to, Mandalorian season 2, episode 4, which is, I believe chapter 12, right? And the chapter's title was The Siege. I'll give you guys like all the Easter egg and stuff like that, but let's, we'll switch it around. Let's get everyone's thoughts on the episode. We'll start with Thor. What's your thoughts on the Siege?
I liked it. It was a lot of stuff you kind of saw coming. When when they landed and everything, the guy that kind of looked at him funny, I knew exactly what was going on with him. The guy when they landed and they repairing the ship and everything, and as they're walking away, this one looking at him funny. I said, "Yeah, I know what that means."
it's funny that you say that, but Mando doesn't have any idea that this guy looks suspicious as hell.
Well, he wasn't paying attention. He's greeting his friends and everything, and he didn't pay it a second mind, But guy usually when they show somebody and they give you one of these kind of things, and you know what time it is with that.
Exactly. But they remind me of like, you ever bring your car to this like shady like mechanic shop, and then the guy's like, and you're like, wait a minute, I should leave right now. But
you should be more careful too.
Exactly. But anyway, go ahead, Thor.
So, a lot has changed on Navarro. There's no more bounty hunters and no more red light districts and all that. And they show up at the bar, and the bar is now a school. Like, really?
Mhm.
You know, wasn't expecting that. So, you know, they leave Baby Yoda there. He takes some kids cookies with the macaroons, by the way, you know, with the force and everything. And then here came the part, you know, we knew it was coming because it happens every week. But this one kind of pissed me off this week. It was like, you know, yeah, they're gonna be fixing your ship. So can you help us do this raid on this freaking Imperial base? Now my thing was they had no idea this man was coming. Had no idea, you know, oh, they were surprised to see him. We're happy to see you, but come help us hit this base. So if he didn't show up, what was they gonna do?
Thor, tell me,
there's no more bounty hunters, there's no more nothing. You know, they just randomly wait for him to show up so they can go hit. I was like, come on, y'all.
Thor, tell me you were thinking of me when that happened.
Of course.
I was like beside myself.
I was like, how do y'all know this dude was coming, man? Come on with this mess. And the guy, the fish dude was there.
Yeah, Mithril,
yeah.
That was actually pretty funny. They were dogging him, and you know, every time he turned around, hurry up, man, hurry, you know. And he didn't want to do something. And I like when Carl Weathers' character was like, man, how about I put you back in some carbonite? You better come open this door, you know. So that was pretty funny. They dogged him the whole time, but obviously, you know, they've done well for themselves and everything. And finally, they go hit this supposed to be unoccupied Imperial base.
Yeah,
and this is actually pretty cool. And you know, they get in, and you know, Mando goes up and clears out, you know, some stormtroopers, and they finally get in there. And it was kind of a nod to A New Hope, you know, when they did the reactor kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
You know, but then they find out about these clones and everything, and you know, that gets to, you know, at first I was thinking like Snoke, and then later on you find out that's not really the case, you know. And then here's the thing I had trouble with, and when you see at the end the amount of whatever they were creating, and all that couldn't have just came from Baby Yoda, you know, because they were apparently extract. They're not saying metachlorians, but that's what they were doing. They're extracting the blood, you know. And I'm like, it had to be some more Jedi that they found or something to you, because it couldn't have just been this baby to make all that stuff. You know, it's. I mean, I'm not in the medical field. I know you are, PJ, but it's like, you can't expect them to extract that much blood and this thing's still alive, and then, you know, because they kept saying, oh, we needed to hit him for another sample. I'm like, it got to be somebody else they're getting this from too, you know. But
no, I think it was true. Yeah, because they couldn't get a lot without killing him.
Yeah, you
know, killing the baby child Yoda. Yeah. And I think, yeah, you're right. They had to get it from other Force users. So I'm pretty sure there are other Force users out there. I want to know how that's going to play when they finally, you know, bump into Ahsoka. Like, how is it, like, because she's pretty strong in the Force.
And is she? And I want to know if she's alone. Or is she? You know, does she have?
It's going to be a big episode next.
Has she found? Yeah, this, and I got something to say about that too.
Well, how high of a metachlorian count does Yaddle have? Because that's the real question.
Oh, it's a lot. Are you kidding me? It's a lot.
Then
I mean, it's to the point where the Yaddle saddle was taking place in their mind.
They're looking for her. They're looking for her. Sorry.
No, it's cool. No, see, I really enjoyed the escape part. You know, when they run in and they knock out. You know, they steal this Imperial transport and everything. And I like, you know, they took out the biker scouts, and then next thing you know, the TIE fighters are coming. I'm like, oh, they got some problems now, you know.
Yeah.
So, but eventually they scaved off a couple of them, and they, you know, they roughed off their turret or whatever they had to defend, and then next thing you know, Mando come to save them. That was pretty cool. That actually felt like a movie to me.
Yeah.
Like that moment, you know,
those TIE fighters were shiny and beautiful.
Yeah.
The pilots were just every time they showed a pilot, I was like, yes, we got to get a pilot.
Yeah, that was cool, man. So, yeah, it was a great episode. Now, as far as, and then apparently people saw some guy standing in the background, Game of Thrones style. So I was looking, I watched, my mom came over yesterday. I didn't see it. I kept looking. I was like, I don't see this guy. Anyhow, again, it was only like 30 minutes.
Oh, I know.
It's got to be when he had walked off the set or whatever, you know, and I guess maybe they just filmed it with somebody else in the suit or whatever, and they, I guess, waited for him later on and did the voiceovers. And because you noticed the last third of the show, he had left, and he went back to. He said, "I gotta go get the baby," so he left, and then it was just Cara Dune and all them in the transport. So I'm thinking this has got to be the time when they had this little scuffle or whatever. That's been my theory these last two shows, and I swear this next episode cannot be 30 minutes.
That's 45.
I'm about to say it better be close to it.
It's going to be 45. It's directed by Filoni.
I'm really pissed off if we waited all this time to see Ahsoka come on here and it should be 35 minutes.
Oh,
I mean, it still should be long. It should be as long as a damn Crate Dragon episode was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which is great, and of course the first episode is directed by Favreau, and it's almost an hour long. Of course, it's his episode that's an hour long, and everyone else is like 35, 40 minutes the most. So
go ahead, man.
No, I mean, listen, I if you're done, Thor. I mean, I don't want to jump in if you're not done, but
I just had one more little small.
Yeah, go ahead.
I found it interesting that when they called the rebel guys in, and he was talking to Cara Dune, and he offered her. He said, "Look, we need somebody out here in the Outer Rim, for support and everything."
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I don't know if I want to do it." And he left he asked us, "Well, we heard you from Alderaan, and then you saw she, got emotional." And he left the little, he said, "Well, if you want it, here it is." He left the little rebel badge there and everything. And it looked like she was thinking about it, So I think going forward, that because we heard that she's supposed to have a show or something. So I think that might be leading into her kind of situation. So
yeah.
We'll see.
What'd you think about Moff Gideon and the Dark Troopers?
Yeah, I was about to get to that too. And then finally, we find out that Shady guy that looked as they walked away, he was working for Gideon and them, and he put a tracker.
Shady,
which I knew. I was like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
They showed the Star Destroyer. I said, yeah, here we go. And they got this. They showed Gideon, and then they walk in, and they got these. Now I thought they were Purge troopers because I never played this game that you and Taylor played, so I didn't know.
You don't remember? These are the Dark Troopers.
I didn't play that game. What game was it?
Force Unleashed.
In the Force Unleashed? I thought it was something else.
No,
there were no Dark Troopers in the Force Unleashed.
There were
2. You talking about 2?
Maybe part 2. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah,
but they were there, and they were pretty badass. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure because you could really I don't know. I didn't. I guess I'm getting old. My eyes is failing me, but like you could see them, but it wasn't like close enough. I couldn't see details. You know what I mean? So I just thought they were Purge troopers, like from Fallen, especially since Disney made it. I thought it was, like from Fallen Order, whatever. And they're pretty badass too, So either way, they got problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and dare I say it, this is another certified Vader Dominus prediction. I'm saying in this next episode we're gonna see a saber duel.
Oh yeah. You're right. That's
guaranteed.
No, that's guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
It's probably going to be with Moff and
of course, and yeah,
that'd be sick.
And I can already see where this is going. Moff is moving in. He's following him. I'm not sure if he's going to leave the baby with Ahsoka this time or not, or they were saving that for the last episode or whatever. But you can already see that he's going to need Bo-Katan and them's help at some point to get rid of Gideon. Because obviously he can't do it by himself. I don't know if that's going to include Cara Dune and them or not, but obviously that's and I'm still holding out hope we're going to see Boba at some point again, but probably
we will. I've heard
it this season. I ain't talking about next season.
Yeah, this season. I've heard it. We will.
Yeah, he'll show up.
Yeah, overall I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Matt. So,
well, I want to preface this by saying that I really like The Mandalorian.
Okay.
So I don't want you to think I don't like The Mandalorian. I really do. I really like the characters. I really like the whole thing. So I will just say that if I have to see The Mandalorian help somebody again, if someone puts a gun to my head and says, "Hey, Would you like to see him actually finish the season getting helped every episode, or should I just shoot you? I'd be like, just pull the trigger, just do it, because I don't want to see this bullshit.
Yeah.
It really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if I'm echoing.
Who's echoing? It's not me.
I don't think it's me.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Sorry about that,
Weird.
but yeah,
No.
I just can't stand it. Like I get it, right? He's a Mandalorian, and so he has that transactional thing going on, right? I understand that. I totally get it. But it just I don't know why things can't happen naturally in the show. Like, why is it that he constantly goes somewhere and they have to go, hey, like, yeah, we'll fix this, but you have to do this for us, or oh, well, why this is going to take time to get fixed. Why don't you do this with us? Like, why can't they just like somehow have it happen in the show? Like, I don't know. I'm not a writer, but there gotta be a way to do that. So, and now I was talking to Chris the other day and he mentioned this, that like something to think about is they're literally having to have someone watch the baby all the time now. He's being babysat every episode now. So the baby can't even come into like cool fighting scenes anymore. So if you want to do something cool with the Mandalorian, you have to put the baby somewhere. So I don't see how it can keep going. I just don't see it. I think he has to drop it off with Ahsoka and say goodbye and be like, okay, I'm going to go. Like, what I want to happen is I want it to go towards him helping the Mandalorians retake Mandalore. That's what I want. Right.
Yeah.
And I can see that happening, but I don't see it happening with Baby Yoda in his pouch. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I just have a feeling that the Mandalore, storyline will probably take place next season.
I can appreciate that, but I'm just saying it has to get to the point the baby has to go away. And I know people like the baby, and I know the hard part about all this is that Disney's making so much hand over fist with the baby. I get it. I get it. But for the sake of the story, something has to change. And so I'm just tired of this whole like, hey, watch the baby so I can go help these people with this bullshit I got to do now. And, or else I'm not going to get my ship fixed or some bullshit. It's just, I'm just tired of that. That said, I do like the episodes. I watch them and I enjoy them. Right. And so it's just it's that part that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Yeah. I will say this. I didn't think that this episode was directed as well as the other episodes. And I think didn't Carl Weathers direct this one? Yeah. I could tell like when they're running around the hallway, it kind of looked like they were just like lost and didn't know what they were doing. And like, it just didn't feel right to me.
It was clunky. Yeah. It was clunky, right?
Super clunky at times. Some of the comedy was okay. Some of it was a little off. But overall, I still enjoyed it. I loved the bikers coming down the hill.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like just the way they did that, the TIE fighters, like all that was really fun. The callback to Obi-Wan with the whatever,
what's that called? Where he was
the generator thing, whatever he did. That whole thing was cool. I really did like it. Again, one of the things I'm starting to feel, I mentioned this in group therapy too, but one of the things I'm starting to feel is that because, and like you mentioned, Thor, because these episodes are short and they're short, when things happen that has no bearing on the story or has no there's nothing like interesting about it, it feels worse. Like it makes me mad, right? Yeah. Like when Mando is trying to get Baby Yoda to plug a wire in for 5 minutes, I'm thinking to myself, there's so many other cool things we could be seeing right now. Like, why am I watching this? When if I knew it was an hour, I wouldn't care. Do whatever you want, but I don't want to see Baby Yoda trying to steal macaroons from a kid you know, for 5 minutes. I don't need that in the story. Like, I just don't need it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem, is like, I want to enjoy those times, but I have a hard time enjoying them when it's only 30 minutes or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So I hope that changes, but I don't think it will. I think they're going to keep doing these mixed times, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I like it. I like the show, guys. I like the show. I just have some issues.
I'm with you, Matt. Actually, I was watching it, and you know, the first couple minutes, I was just like, okay, what's going on here? Like, is this like Baby Groot again? And like we're trying to like, this is Guardians of the Galaxy like nod or something, where they were trying to do something with a, you know, you know, Baby Groot was doing the thing with the time bomb, whatever.
Yeah.
This seems similar. I think they're trying to capture that same cuteness, as you could say. But real quick though, before I get into my little review on this episode. So I went to work, I would say on Wednesday or Thursday, and I kind of wore like my Star Wars jacket. Like, it was one of those weird things where I was like, I'm gonna put it on, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
I had to do something I had to do something real quick, and I was just, you know, standing in line waiting to do something at work, and everybody that noticed my jacket, and I'm gonna tell you, it was mostly nurses and a lot of like females.
Yeah.
It went up to me and go, "Oh, you're a Star Wars fan." I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's I'm professional, and it's probably obvious that I love Star Wars, right? So no, it's cool. But I love, guess what they're gonna say?
I know.
I love Baby Yoda.
I know.
This one nurse was talking to me for like a good 20 minutes on like how she joined. There is a Baby Yoda Facebook group.
I believe it, dude.
I was like, what?
I believe it.
And she was just like, oh my gosh, I love Baby Yoda and this and this and this and this. And then she started showing me pictures in this group of Baby Yoda fanatics. There is someone that decorated their Christmas tree with all Baby Yodas.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. The crazies.
Yes.
Baby Yoda people.
But again, it's one of those things where, and the more and more people I talk to that I wouldn't think that they're Star Wars fans are Star Wars fans because of this Baby Yoda. And the first thing that came to my mind was, A, Matt's going to be pissed, and B, how do we get rid of Baby Yoda if this is what's bringing them money?
I don't know.
And I don't know. And everything you said, Matt, I'm with you. I am absolutely with you. I didn't feel it maybe the first couple episodes, but I felt it with this episode. Maybe I don't know. It's because it was the director was new at this, and it didn't come off as natural, especially when Mando lands and was like, "Hey, okay, can you fix my ship? Oh yeah, we'll fix your ship. Oh yeah, by the way, it's gonna be a long time. Can you help us with this?" And you're like, that's when I felt it. That's when I think that's when everything kind of like came tumbling down. And I go, oh, this is getting a little too repetitive now. We need to move on. If Mando's going to do something, let it do it, like you said, naturally, where he doesn't have to do a favor for someone. Like, let him go through any trials or, problems that he has to go through to accomplish his mission, which is to bring Baby Yoda back. Not like, okay, okay, well, I got to complete this mission to get something out of this, like to get my ship fixed, or
what partly it feels like is they're doing this like hop skipping thing where like episode 1 is wow, there's Boba Fett at the end, unbelievable. Episode 2 filler. Episode 3, oh cool, like we got the core, the freaking the Bo-Katan and all that stuff, really cool. Episode 4, kind of a filler, not completely, but still ish filler, right?
Yeah.
Then episode 5, we're gonna get Ahsoka, right? Then episode 6, kind of I don't want that to be a
well
thing.
Hopefully, I know. Hopefully, like the first 4 was just a lot of fillers, and hopefully 5 and moving forward.
Yeah, you gotta think it can't be any more side quests after.
I'm pretty sure at some point Favreau has to go. You know what? This is a little too much. Because I'm starting to feel. because
BJ,
if I'm
you know,
feeling
we should start a Facebook group that is advocating for the child to be.
Oh no! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We'll be taken down faster than you know.
I know.
I
We'll
mean,
have like
if
10 people in the group.
Hey, I'm with you. If we 10 people, it'll just be you and me.
Rodney will join the group.
Rodney will probably join the group.
Or you'll join the group.
Of course, I'll join the group.
Yeah, but
terminate this fucking baby. I say I don't give a shit.
Be funny. I think we'll have a better chance in creating a Yaddle Saddle Facebook group than.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought about something. Now, what if they get the baby this next episode?
And they capture it, and then
great, and then that's when he got to go get this reinforcements to try and get this damn baby.
Yeah. And look, that's fine. Like, I honestly, I'm okay with the baby living. I don't need the baby to die. I just think it would be cool if there was something else like if he doesn't have to keep, he doesn't have to keep having these people babysit this damn Yoda thing. Like, it's so dumb. And it's such a weight around his neck with everything that and I know it's part of the show. I get it. That's it. They're the two characters that everyone loves. I get it. But everyone loves the Star Wars stuff when Mando goes off and does his shit and you see all the Star Wars stuff. Everyone loves that.
I just want to know. Well, here's my what I'm afraid of. Say like they Baby Yoda is no more. Like not like he died, but I'm just saying like they take him away. He's in like with Ahsoka and they're gonna start their whole. I mean, that's great that maybe if they do have a Ahsoka show would definitely take off just because Baby Yoda is there, right?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen to the Mando show? Like, are people like that? Like once like Baby Yoda is out of the picture, are those crazies, those Baby Yoda crazies that decorate their Christmas trees, all Baby Yodas? Are they still going to watch the show?
Sure they will.
I really hope so. I really hope that. A season and a half of Baby Yoda, or maybe 2 seasons of Baby Yoda, have gotten them invested enough to maybe do a little research on Star Wars, or maybe just have them invested in the show.
My parents, people like them will. The concern I have is kids. Kids, like anytime I ask my kids, like, what's your favorite part of that last episode? When Baby Yoda did this, when Baby Yoda reached for this thing, when Baby Yoda did this, and it's like. And I'm like, did you like Bo-Katan? Like, did you like seeing any of this other cool shit that you know about? And they're like, yeah, it was cool, but like Baby Yoda is like my favorite part of the show. Like, and so that's what I'm concerned about. So that's why I'm afraid of. Migrate her to another show so they can still, maybe that's part of the idea is Baby Yoda is so good to people that they can go put her on the Ahsoka show, and all of a sudden Baby Yoda lifts the Ahsoka show up.
I got the best
and then she passes it on to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan has him for a little while, and then Obi-Wan passes it on.
Can I say something? And I'm going to this is seriously the best idea that I have come up with ever. Imagine Baby Yoda was not the only sibling. Okay. Imagine there is a counterpart, and just like Luke and Leia, there is a Baby Yoda, but that's like an Yaddle Yoda. Baby Yoda. Yeah, the Yaddle Saddle did not create just one baby. Twins. Right. And the girl looks like Yaddle.
Is a Sith.
No, the girl looks exactly like Yaddle.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like
kind of like an old woman.
Yes, and then Mando gets rid of Baby Yoda and then comes across the little Yaddle.
Gosh, he's got to get another one. Oh god!
On the serious tip, what's the lady name that on Tatooine that's in the dock with the droids and everything?
Peli Motto.
She said I've seen every kind of species you can think of, but she said I ain't never seen one of these.
Right.
So
it's because it's Yoda. It's because it's actually Yoda, and they have to send him in the past.
That would be a freak show. If that I would actually be freaked out by that. If it really was. It was actually one point I don't know if it was this show or because I was watching shows with my mother where he turned around and looked at Mando and he actually looked like Yoda for real. I was like, if this child is Yoda, I'm really gonna freak out.
I'm telling you, man. So, that would be crazy. I know there'd be plenty of people that don't like that, but that's the tough part is something. I
think it would be cool. I think
so too. And
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool.
I think you could be right, Thor, that it could come to the point this season where Baby Yoda is actually taken by the Empire, like actually captured, and the whole idea. And the whole idea is now that Mando has gone through all these transactional things, he is going to be like, "Hey, you owe me." So he gets this person, these people, and they go, they go and they fight the Empire, which is kind of cool, but also very formulaic still and annoying. So I want to get out.
Run into Boba because he gonna go back and what's his boy from Crate Dragon. He gonna try to get him. To Boba.
Vance, Cobb Vance.
That's Cobb Vance.
He gonna run into Bam, and Boba gonna be there.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
And Boba's gonna be like, "Hey, I'll do it, but you need to help me with this."
No. I need that
Season 3.
He said, "I need that armor you got in your ship."
Exactly, dude.
So,
can you imagine?
Yeah.
It could happen that way. Yeah, for sure. Now, I just think. Season, moving forward, the problem with Baby Yoda is they made it so that he ages so slowly that like it's not like you can all of a sudden go to season 3 and be like he's holding a lightsaber and he's like running around and doing stuff. Like the dude has to be like 300 years old before he's actually going to be able to like actually do anything. So the Mandalorian's dead by that point. I mean, my gosh, like so he's going to be a baby until he's dead.
Yeah,
he's literally gonna be a baby, and then Mandalorian's gonna die. So, I don't know what they're gonna do with this thing.
I don't know either.
Ultimately, I just want to see where is he gonna end up?
Yeah.
That's the only real thing I'm curious about with him is where is he gonna end up? What is his function gonna be? So it's we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So just gonna give you guys some Easter eggs before I give you guys like what I thought about the episode. So it's called The Siege, directed by Carl Weathers. Now the red and blue wires, people are saying that might be a foreshadowing of the child, light side, dark side. I don't know. I think that's reaching. We get to see Mando eat in front of the child, and is this something that is he evolving ever since Bo-Katan said that that his religion is pretty extreme, like the Mandalorian religion.
Yeah, he lifts up his helmet.
Yeah, he lifted up his helmet, and I wonder if that was Pedro that was eating, or was it like one of those stunts? Yeah. The Aqualish, which is actually Ponda Baba species, was raiding the armor's place, which is pretty cool that we saw that. And those things freaked me out. Like they freaked me out. Yeah, they freaked me out when I saw saw Ponda Baba in.
I thought we were going to see the armor for a second there.
I was praying. I was like, "Where my girl at?"
No. Yeah, where's which by the way, where the hell is she at?
You gotta show up at some point. Got to, man.
Yeah. Navarro, we noticed that has been cleaned up, and then like Thor has mentioned many times, Grief is really he's whining and dining now. He's a magistrate apparently. And then people were saying that there's someone still frozen in carbonite in Mando's cargo bay.
What?
Yeah,
he doesn't even care anymore, and he's still got him frozen.
Yeah, there's still like someone frozen in the someone paused it. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. By the way, those engineers that were working on Mando's ship, the suspect one, I think it was a Mimban, and we got to see them in Solo, so it's cool to see them. There's a statue of IG-11 in the main square where they had that battle, which is pretty cool. I think I have a picture of that actually. Let me.
A statue of IG-11.
He did a statue, and the Mandalorian gets.
I know. I was like,
what the hell is that about?
Well, he's still alive, so you get no memorial if you're still fucking alive.
Man, it's a freaking robot gets a statue, and he just
Yeah, I think it's on the Facebook group, which
I think that guy, the suspect guy, I think he's the same species as Two Tubes from Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Him. I think that's what he is.
Yeah. I think they're called Mimbons though. Like I don't know if they're like from the planet
same species. I think.
Yeah, because we got to see the Mimbon troopers in Mimbon, obviously, in Solo. So it's cool that they brought that back. The pub was actually like what Thor said was turned into a school, and it was cool that there was a protocol droid, teaching the kids about like the Corellian run and all the little trade routes and stuff like that. Horatio Sands reprises his role as Mithril, which which is cool to see, and also cool to see when he got like nervous, like little mist came out of his neck.
Dude, you know that guy smells like tuna. Like it for reals. Like, come on, that's just freaking disgusting.
Yeah, seriously. And he said that he lost his vision on his left eye being frozen in carbonite, just like Solo lost his vision for a moment when he was frozen in carbonite in Return of the Jedi. We get to see a code cylinder that Grief stole to get access into the Imperial facility.
Dude, hold on real quick. How messed up do you think the guy that's still in carbonite on his ship? How messed up is that guy?
He's losing
like one of his eyes.
He's losing not only his sight, dude. Like I think he's lost hearing too at the same.
That guy has to be so messed up. What a bummer to be forgotten in carbonite.
Seriously, So Mithril, lowers the temp on the core and makes a joke about the guardrail not being in none of the platforms in most of the Star Wars movies, right? Like if you saw the Death Star gunner or like there's no like guardrail. Like when they're like shooting the it's like there's like no guardrail. So
where's OSHA?
Where's OSHA? Yeah, exactly. They come across some computers, which I do want to talk about that. Dr. Pershing comes up. Well, they come across some scientists. They were trying to destroy the evidence, right?
Right. About the hologram or whatever that comes up. You talking about?
Yeah, like they hacked into it, and then Dr. Pershing's hologram comes up, and he was basically explaining like what we're talking about like they're really after the child just because of his M count. It's cool that I know it triggers a lot of people we're hearing the midichlorians besides from this episode, but not only but just in general. And but it's cool that they refer it to as the M count, and we do know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And basically saying that there, like Thor said, that there are other specimens that didn't give them a high M count as much as the child, so that's why they're after the child, because it it gives them a better opportunity to again. And this is one of those things where I think Matt has kind of like talked about in previous episodes where they're connecting Rise of Skywalker with pretty much like with everything, right? Thor, like because in Rise of Skywalker they were trying to, like, you saw Snoke, right? Like like bodies of Snoke, right, being cloned. And here we see like what looks like to be like a Snoke humanoid body in like one of those capsules, right? So could this be like the creation of Snoke? Because they were playing his music when they focused on the one that looked like him, right? So that that like they're trying to connect everything and make it, I guess, like watchable for the people that didn't like the sequel trilogy, right? Because there's quite a few people that didn't like it, including myself. I didn't like anything past The Force Awakens. So it's cool that they're connecting everything and trying to make sense of what like the Rise of Skywalker was, that didn't get to be explained in that movie. So it's pretty cool. Let's see what else. Pershing also mentioned something about a volunteer, right? Supposedly there's a volunteer that they don't want it, that volunteer to die. Like if they go through like some sort of trials with the injecting the M count into their bodies, right? So some people were theorizing that is Palpatine's son, that they were trying like to, trying to
But
inject.
why would he be a volunteer if he's his son? He probably already got some midichlorians.
But I don't know. I forgot. Like it's been a while since I watched The Rise of Skywalker. But is it like the son? Like was he's not a clone, right? Like he was basically.
They never really said.
They never really said.
Are you talking about Palpatine?
Yeah, Palpatine.
Yeah, I think that whole thing is leading up to that, right? Because
well, Matt, we're just saying is that like I think we talked about it before, where you said that like, hey, they could make some shows to make the Rise of Skywalker and the sequel trilogy make more sense.
Yeah, totally.
Right. So it seems like they're going in that route with this show, especially with the humanoid bodies that we see in the capsules, right? And one of them looked like Snoke, and they were playing Snoke's theme song when they were focusing on that dead humanoid.
It
body.
makes sense. It makes sense, right? That they would actually kind of explain some of that.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where later on, like when we finally see Gideon, like we see Gideon's ship, right? And they focus they focus on one of the Imperial officer, and she was saying that like, okay, this is like all leading up to the next phase or the new order or something like that.
How crazy would it be though if Snoke looks so effed up? He looks like a freaking like disgusting scrotum sack. He just looks so weird. Like with all the like crinkles and like all the like, cracks and stuff. What if he looks like that because they didn't get enough Yoda midichlorians, right? Yeah. Like what if that's part of the thing? Like he's so effed up because they only were able to get a certain amount of midichlorians or whatever from Baby Yoda. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and can I say something like like with Filoni and Favreau, man, like seriously, like they're making like they made like Attack of the Clones somewhat rewatchable again, right?
Sure.
Of the Clone Wars. So they seem to be doing the same thing with The Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker. Like they're connecting everything. They're talking about M count. They're talking about Rise of Skywalker stuff, like like the cloning.
Well, this is the benefit of having a TV show, right? You can take more time and take more, go into more things that can tie into all the different movies, right? I think it's perfect. Like I think I love having Star Wars TV stuff. It's great. We just need him to stop going on side missions.
Yeah, of course. But I think, again, and not to dive into this too much, but again, like, I think we mentioned that The Last Jedi just threw them off course. And I think if they had like, I think this would have been like a good replacement of like explaining like how everything's going to be to lead up to the Rise of Skywalker. And we had this information right now, like when we were watching the Rise of Skywalker. I think Rise of Skywalker would be well more received than it should have, and again,
they're doing it in a cool way, right? Like the whole idea of they're doing this in a way, bringing back some like the midichlorian stuff, let's say, but they're doing it in a way that doesn't feel like George Lucas would do it, right? Where he'd be like, his midichlorian count, it's like, you know what I mean? Like I don't think they're going that far with it, which is helpful for the people that aren't huge on that stuff, right? So I think that's good. They're tying it in, but not going overboard with it. I like it,
and I like it, and I like the fact that they call it an M count and not midichlorian count, because midichlorian sounds too specific. But it does make sense what they were trying to do. But in the most part, not too much after that, we get to see the Dark Troopers, right? Well, first of all, Moff Gideon's ship. What ship was that? I don't think that was a Star Destroyer, right? It was too small to be a Star Destroyer.
That looked like one of those Clone War ships to me.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. And I love how it came into shot. It just like just it's similar to how the Imperial what's that called? I can't say it right now. came in, the Imperial Starfleet came into in A New Hope,
Yeah.
right? The Star Destroyer came into A New Hope, right? Same kind of shot.
Dude, Mafu Gideon, bro. Mafu Gideon. I tell you what, he is smooth as hell. That guy. he's really smooth, and he's like,
I love the music that plays whenever he comes on. It's like don't it's like,
oh, he's super smooth. I honestly, I'm kind of, part of me is bummed that we haven't seen more of him yet. Like we're just now starting to see pieces of him.
I got a feeling he gonna have his day, and it might be next week.
100%. I think he will. It would have been nice to see some more of him. The one of the issues I think with the show right currently as it is that you kind of have to stick with the Mandalorian and the Child for everything. Whereas it would be nice if it was more Star Warsy, where like you go to this, right, and you're seeing this, and then you go to this, and then you're seeing this, and it's kind of a mixture, of things. I don't know if they'll go to that or not. But
our episodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like this. Like any show is usually it's either hour or it's a half an hour.
Yeah,
it fluctuates. Like I've never seen anything like that before.
It's the Disney Plus thing, man. Like that's why I don't think they're putting it on normal TV. I don't think. I'm not sure.
I don't think they will. I mean, they'll lose that money if they did.
You ever think they make a Mando movie?
That's a good question.
They might. I know they dabbled into talking about that. I think they would like to if it gets that popular.
I think, you know what? I think they're finding out more and more now that people just want to sit on their damn couch and watch a show, and a show they can do so much more with, right? Like I bet you the directors and writers probably freaking love TV because they're like, oh yeah, we can actually take our time and tell a story and actually delve into some of these things versus, a movie, you only have a certain amount of time to really do anything.
Explain everything, which again, like I believe that Rise of Skywalker suffered that. They didn't have enough time.
No, yeah, it was too much. Yeah,
it was too much to explain in one movie, which they should have done like a two-parter for that. The last.
My question is, do you think Sabine Wren will be with Ahsoka? Do you think Rex will be with Ahsoka? Yeah. Do you think Ezra will be with Ahsoka?
I don't know about Ezra.
I mean, that's what she was doing. She was going trying to find him.
They were trying to find him, and I'm not sure if they were able to find him still.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling Sabine's going to be in there. Sabine will be there. Rex will be there. Yeah, it'll be Sabine, Rex, and Ahsoka all together. I don't know about Ezra. I don't think he'll be there.
That'd be really cool.
One more thing, we get to see the Dark Troopers, and again, one of those things like, man, I'm telling you, Filoni and Favreau just need to run the damn show, man. Like they're connecting they are connecting everything.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're connecting everything so everyone can just appreciate Star Wars as a whole and not like, hey, I'm an original trilogy guy. I'm a sequel guy. I'm a expanded universe guy. Like shut the hell up. It's all Star Wars. Combine them all and we get to appreciate it all. Overall, I liked the episode as clunky as it was and as side mission as it was. I definitely agree with Optical 20. Like, it does feel like he is like leveling up in an RPG game. And I really hope that's it for his side missions. And hopefully moving forward that, we just get like a smooth storyline throughout the rest of the season.
Well, wait a minute, I heard y'all talk about Ezra. What if they do show up and Ezra is there?
Be crazy.
If it's Ezra, well, the person that's been kind of like being, I don't know, I guess teasing stuff that he might be Ezra is this guy like Rahul Kulil.
Who?
Kuli?
Who the fuck is that?
Is
this
that
guy
a YouTuber? Or?
No, he's an actor. He was in Haunting of a Bly Mansion. So he's a big like Star Wars guy, and like he's been known to.
Is he supposed to be in the show or something?
He's supposed to be Ezra.
No, I mean that's cool, but like, have they said he's slated to be in future episodes or something? Or
no, like they were they're theorizing that he might be Ezra because he's been giving a lot of hints in his Instagram where he's like, he'll have like rebels in the background and stuff like this one. See, like here, like he's got Ezra Bridger right there. Like he's wearing Lucasfilms Limited. Like he.
Okay. Now I say that to say this. this will probably be another freak out at the end of the season, because I think if we do see Ezra, who went with Ezra?
Thrawn.
Yeah.
And I think him and Gideon, he might have come back.
That's why, like, Thor, I've been saying this to I've been talking to Chris about this and some other people about this. Like, they have to bring Thrawn back.
They got to, yeah.
They have to, because he's such a good character. Yeah. It's such a good villain that, like, they have to bring him back somehow. And if they're bringing him back, they have to bring Ezra back. And so, like, is it going to happen in this season? I think
that'll be, if they do, that'll be the cliffhanger. It'll either be Luke or it'll be Thrawn.
Yeah.
And or Baby Yoda holding a lightsaber.
And the only one,
or Yaddle.
Yeah, Baby Yoda. And the only one they can get to play him is Cumberbatch, in my opinion.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's the only actor that can pull off Thrawn. Live action.
I feel like Fassbender can do a good job too.
Perfect.
Who? Fassbender, Michael Fassbender would be possibly a good one as well. But but
he's a little too rough for me,
Yeah, I hear you. Benedict Cumberbatch would be fantastic.
Cumberbatch to me is perfect.
Yeah.
Make a perfect Thrawn, in my opinion.
Yeah. But we shall find out. I mean, next week is going to be such a great episode. I mean, it's called The Jedi, and it's directed by Dave Filoni, and it's 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to sleep. Like, what the hell?
I don't know if I'm going to sleep.
Filoni like splooging Ahsoka all over us. I mean, it's going to be. It's going to be everywhere, dude. It's going to be everywhere. Like, you're going to be cleaning it up all over the place because, like, he effing loves Ahsoka. And so I think she's just going to be all over the place, dude. I don't think we'll see her moving forward from this.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think she's going to be like a normal character in the show. I just think that we're going to get
her on the show.
And we're definitely going to get that big lights because what's his name? Moff Gideon. What's the actor's name?
John Carlos.
John Carlos. Yeah, Esposito said that, like, there was a big, huge lightsaber fight that he's involved in.
That's right. That's right.
And so this could be it. This could be it against Ahsoka. So
too easy.
And to be honest, I thought that Rosario was going to have like a small part in it, but I guess she's got a pretty big part then.
Got to be at least one show. I mean, she can't just show up and that's it.
I just want to know how she looks like and sounds like.
Well, they're going to have her in more shows. Like, they're going to have her in either her own show or something, right? Yeah. Like, it could be that's where Thrawn comes into this, is it's in her show that they find Ezra and Thrawn has gotten away, and now they're dealing with Thrawn or something. Because this is what's really hard about all these shows and all these like timelines, is that we've already seen the future. There is no Thrawn in the future. Like, Thrawn is not a person in the sequels. And so if they bring Thrawn that we know of, and if you bring Thrawn in, it's like there's got to be at some point.
We never saw Ahsoka in the original trilogy either.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So,
right. No, totally. And that's the trouble they have, is like, how do you go around that? Right. How do you deal with that? Because Ahsoka's not in the sequels either. So if she's a giant Jedi, why isn't she helping? Like,
exactly. And supposedly she was a Force ghost voice, but Filoni like said that no, she's not dead during that scene. Yeah. So I don't know.
If I found out as a rebel that they were taking midichlorians and pumping him into soldiers, I'd be like, plug that Baby Yoda in. We're taking all our rebels and we're gonna shoot up. We're gonna shoot them up with Baby Yoda shit. and we're gonna be midichlorian super soldiers. Like, that's what I would do. Because
of all, oh shit, guys, the midichlorian super soldiers are on their way. Shit.
I'm telling you, dude, you got to do what you got to do to win, man. So, something's got to happen with Yoda and Baby Yoda, and something's got to happen with.
Oh my god!
Please, Favreau and Filoni, if you're listening to us, which I'm sure you're not, but anyway,
100% they're not.
Of course, but anyway, I'm just gonna put this out in the universe. Can we please get a flashback of Yaddle and Yoda?
Flashback?
A flashback, like like where someone
like Anakin and Padme.
Yes,
the same thing.
Yes, where they just look at each other from one side of the Jedi Council to another,
and they waddle towards each other.
All jokes aside, we legit deserve an explanation where this fucking baby came from.
Oh yeah, sure.
We need something.
I know.
Yeah.
What would you do, Thor, if that was the explanation?
That'd be fine. Just tell us. I mean,
yeah. Would you fall over your chair?
He's 50, so it kind of. But then
they just have a shot of two puppets humping each other. Like, that's what it is.
Hold on. That begs the question too. Like, where the fuck was Baby Yoda during the original trilogy too?
Yeah,
Yoda's on this planet. You just a deadbeat dad, and you leave your fucking baby somewhere. Yoda, come on, man.
Right.
Yaddle.
Can you imagine if he was like Yoda's like illegitimate child that he had with Yaddle, or that somehow he had with like, I don't know, freaking somebody else, like that'd be crazy, dude.
I
hope, seriously, I really hope that they explain where
they got to. They got to do something. Where the hell this baby come? Because they had him at this for when he found him, he's with these Weequay dudes and everything. So it's like where they get him from?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh man. But anyway, guys, I seriously, this is
hey, super soldiers.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, man. Something to think about.
The midichlorian super soldiers.
Suck it out of it and shove it into our freaking rebels.
Oh my goodness. But all right, guys. Let's wrap this up. It was a great episode. Not only the Mandalorian episode, but this one too. There was a lot that we talked about, and again, I'm just really glad that Star Wars is getting to a good place right now. And thanks to Favreau and Filoni for seriously connecting some of this. Like they didn't have to, and they are trying to make the sequels, watchable for the people that didn't like them. So and we talked about Matt said this before, is that it may not be watchable now, but hopefully time will heal all wounds, and hopefully and Mandalorian is a part of that healing process where they explain everything and they connect everything, and people can just stop fighting each other over which is the better trilogy, and we can appreciate it as a whole. So
I don't think anything's ever going to touch the original trilogy, just because of the way they made it and the way it all came together. But that said, yes, I hope time does heal all wounds, essentially.
But all right, guys. Matt, anything coming up for Rogue One 6 in the upcoming week? Or
maybe an unboxing. I think I've got NYC Leia Bausch coming in soon, so that'll be fun. Nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
This week or
maybe this week? I think maybe.
Okay.
Sometime, and then I think we're doing the next collector spotlight we have is really crazy. The guy that we did it with has just a ridiculous collection. So it's really, really interesting. So that'll be a fun one. That should be the end of the week, I think. So yeah.
All right, cool. Guys, check out Rogue One 6 YouTube channel. They do a lot of like unboxings, collector spotlights, product spotlights on Star Wars products, and so much more. Thor, Vader Damas, anything coming up for DCX open mic this week?
We might have a we call it Batman Who Laughs unboxing on Wednesday.
Cool. Nice.
Art is getting it, so and hopefully, we'll see. And of course, the show on Friday and everything. So
cool. That's a crazy statue.
Friday edition.
So definitely check out. Yeah. So guys, definitely check out DCX open mic every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, where the lights are bright. And guys, if you guys haven't checked out Scum and Villainy Facebook group, please do so. Please subscribe to the SithCast YouTube channel. I don't know where this feedback's coming from.
Yeah, it's every now and then, isn't it? It's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. So,
hey PJ, before you go off, show that picture I sent you in the chat, man.
Okay.
This is the shit I got to deal with on a daily basis.
Let me just pull that up real quick before.
That's like real time shit right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Did the Job of the Month just fall asleep on?
He likes to rest his head on shit, so that's like my computer table I got when we do open mic, and he just went over there and fell asleep on it.
I love it.
I love it too. But yeah, sorry about the feedback, guys. Here, I don't know where it's coming from, but yeah, please subscribe to Paradox Nerds YouTube channel, SithCast podcast YouTube channel. Check out Scum and Villainy Facebook group. And yeah, can't wait till next week where we get to talk about the next episode of The Mandalorian. Should be a good one. And seriously, just really quick, I want to thank, since this is the week of Thanksgiving. First, I want to thank all the viewers and listeners for taking the time out of your busy schedule to check out the show. I think we hit 10,000 podcast downloads, which is seriously
nice.
Really nice. So really appreciate the love and support that you guys have given us, even though we're kind of inconsistent with the going live and lack of marketing, as Mark Pearson would say. So I do apologize. I'll work on it more. I try to take advantage of when people's availability is. So if people hit me up and say, hey, available this time, I try to jump on it.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough when everyone does their own thing aside from this. So it's just trying to figure it out. It's tough, but
of course. But for me, this is the live stream is cool, but obviously the main focus is the podcast. So if you guys do miss out on the live stream, please check out the replay on the podcast. And I want to thank Matt and Thor and Taylor who was unable to join us today. You guys seriously made my dream of starting a Star Wars podcast to fruition. It's been almost a year. And it's been a fun one, man. We went through our ups and downs with the Rise of Skywalker, the sequel trilogy discussions that we had, and now it's all we're all Matt said, healing our wounds with the Mandalorian, and Star Wars is in a good place, and also get to see this little baby podcast grow in the past year. So really cool. Thank you guys for making this happen. I hope everyone, including everyone in the panel, have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see everyone in the next episode next week. And may the midichlorians or M be with you guys forever and always. Take care.